Hey everyone, welcome back. So let's get right into it. If you're running Apache NiFi in a production environment, you already know that just keeping an eye on it is one thing. But getting to that next level, that place of true operational insight, man, that's a completely different ballgame. Today, we're going to talk about how to move from just watching the pretty UI to strategically understanding every little thing that's happening inside your data flows.
Okay, so imagine this scenario, and I bet it's familiar to a lot of you. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and an alert wakes you up. A NiFi flow is down. But by the time you get your coffee and log in, everything's green. The UI looks perfect. The immediate problem is gone, but you have absolutely no idea why it happened, or worse, if it's just waiting to happen again. This is such a classic pain point, and it's all because real-time tools are terrible at telling you stories about the past. And that experience, that 2 a.m. mystery, leads us right to our first big idea. We have got to look beyond NiFi's native user interface. Look, the UI is fantastic for what it does. Building flows, managing things in the moment, it's great. But when you're talking about a serious, high-stakes production environment, it has some pretty fundamental limitations.
I think the best way to wrap your head around this is with a simple analogy. Think of the NiFi UI as your car's dashboard. It's perfect for tactical control, right? You can see your speed right now, check your fuel, see if a warning light is on. But an external observability stack? That's like an airplane's flight data recorder, the black box. It's not just showing you the now, it's recording everything, giving you the complete story over time, so you can go back and analyze exactly what sequence of events led to a problem. So let's be really clear about this. Relying only on that real-time view, that car dashboard, leaves you with massive blind spots. You have no long-term historical data. It's basically impossible to properly investigate past incidents. You can't correlate a slowdown in NiFi with, say, a problem happening in your database at the exact same time. And forget about capacity planning. You just can't answer the simple question, why did this break last Tuesday? You're stuck in the present. All right, so how do we fix this mess? We need a blueprint. Let's talk about the architecture, the actual path that takes us from that confusing 2 a.m. alert to a place of total, beautiful clarity. You know, at a high level, it's actually a pretty straightforward 4-step pipeline. Step 1, we got to get all that juicy metric data out of NiFi. Step 2, we need to ship it somewhere reliably. Step 3, we store and index all of it in a central hub. Something like Elasticsearch is perfect for this. And finally, step 4, this is the payoff. We build awesome dashboards and set up smart alerts. It's a clear road from raw data to real, actionable insight. Now, that first step, getting the data out, is a really key architectural decision you have to make. On one hand, you can use NiFi's built-in reporting tasks. They're simple, they're self-contained, they work. But on the other hand, you've got a more standardized industry-wide approach, using a JMX exporter with an agent like MetricBeat. This second option is what most site reliability engineering, or SRE, teams would recommend. Why? Because it's decoupled, it's way more flexible, and it prepares you to monitor your entire ecosystem, not just this one piece.
So, once your data is happily flowing into Elasticsearch, the next big question is, how are you going to look at it? This is where you have to choose your weapon, your visualization tool. And the two heavyweights in the space are Kibana and Grafana. Here's the simplest way to think about it. Kibana is like a specialized toolkit. It was built by the Elasticsearch team for Elasticsearch. It's an absolute beast for deep log analysis and search. Grafana, on the other hand, is more like a universal toolkit. It's the master of time series graphs and can connect to dozens of data sources, not just Elasticsearch. It's what you'd use to build that single pane of glass view across all your systems. But here's the pro tip. The real expert level play, you don't have to choose. The best strategy is almost always both and. You use Grafana for your high-level dashboards, your at-a-glance metrics, your primary alerting. Then, when you see a spike or an anomaly in Grafana, you embed a link that takes you directly into the right spot in Kibana for that deep, granular log investigation. You get the best of both worlds, truly. Okay, so we've got the pipeline built, we've picked our tools. Now for the really fun part, building dashboards that actually answer the important questions. This is where all that infrastructure work starts to pay off big time. First up, let's talk about the high-level dashboard. This is the one you show your boss, the one the SRE team looks at first thing in the morning. Its only job is to answer one simple question. Is our data pipeline healthy right now? And a chart like this is just perfect. A simple donut chart showing your success rate versus your error rate. In a single glance, anyone can tell if you're meeting your goals.
It's not about the technical nitty-gritty. It's about the business outcome. Are we processing data successfully? Yes or no? Simple as that. All right, now we drill down. We move to the operational dashboard. This one's for the engineers in the trenches. Its purpose is to answer the next question. Okay, something's wrong. Where is the problem coming from?
And a visualization like this, oh man, this is incredibly powerful. Instead of digging through mountains of logs, you immediately see your top 5 processors that are throwing the most errors. This tells your team exactly where to focus their energy to make the system more stable. It's not just a chart. It's a prioritized, data-driven to-do list. And you know what? Sometimes the most powerful visual isn't a complex chart at all. It's just a single, big, unmissable number. A gauge showing your JVM heap usage is at 78%. That gives you an instant health check on a critical system resource. Is that number stable? Is it climbing fast? One number can tell a huge story about the stress your system is under.
So we've built dashboards to see what's going on. But the final evolution, the real goal of operational excellence, is to stop being reactive and start being proactive. And that's all about alerting and automated maintenance.
And this is exactly how you do it. You take your insights and turn them into code, into automated rules. Is a queue getting bigger and bigger but nothing's coming out? That's a stuck flow. Fire an alert. Is the Java garbage collection time spiking? Let's get an alert on that. Is a disk about to fill up? I want to know when it hits 80%, not when it hits 100% and everything crashes. This is how you get ahead of problems before they become disasters.
But this whole process raises a really important and, frankly, often forgotten question. What about the monitoring system itself? All this amazing data we're collecting, it has to live somewhere. It takes up disk space. And if you're not careful, the solution can become your next problem. And the expert-level, mature solution to this is a feature in Elasticsearch called Index Lifecycle Management, or ILM. It's basically a set of automated housekeeping rules. You tell it to keep the last week of data on your fastest, most expensive storage for quick analysis, then automatically move older data to cheaper storage. And finally, after, say, 90 days, just delete it. It keeps your monitoring system lean, performant, and cost-effective, all without you lifting a finger. And that really brings us to the end of this journey. We've gone from a baffling 2 a.m. failure all the way to a state of complete visibility with proactive alerts. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Once you can see everything, the kind of questions you ask about your data will fundamentally change. You'll stop asking, is it broken? And you'll start asking, how can we make this faster? How can we make it more efficient? What new business insights are hiding in our data processing times? Because true observability, it doesn't just solve technical problems, it unlocks entirely new business potential.